Hi guys, I'm Ted. I'm a knitting instructor in St. Paul, Minnesota. I wanted to make a short video today about working the tiny tuck stitch for the spring sweater from Talbot Woolens. It's a pretty straightforward pattern, but if you haven't done any brioche or tuck stitches before, there's a few things that you may not be familiar with. So I thought we would go through it on this little video. So here's a larger swatch. It makes a kind of overall pleasing texture. It's a reverse stockinette based fabric, so the purl side is the right side rather than the knit side, plus the little tuck stitches. So let's take a look. It's worked over 4 stitches plus 5. So I'm doing 13 stitches here just because I can get through it pretty quickly. For swatching for a sweater, I'd recommend doing more like 29 or 33, a bigger fabric. Our gauge for the sweater is 20 over 4, so you want to have that plus some extra so you can measure the 20 pretty easily. So row 1 here is pretty straightforward. You should all be able to handle this one. It's knit 2. Oops, I just purled, which is actually what I'm supposed to be doing. Purl 2 and then knit 1. And now we're sort of in the heart of the thing. The purl 2 is sort of our selvage stitches there. We're gonna purl 3. So if you had more, this would just continue on for longer. Purl 3. And then knit 1. And purl 3. Then knit 1. We're at the end. We should have 2 stitches left, which we do. Yay! Purl 2. Okay. So now to row 2. This is where it gets a little bit different than just standard knitting. So if you've never done stuff like this before, it might seem weird. We're going to introduce our slip-one yarn overs. So we'll knit 2, and that brings us to the stitch we had knit before, which is a purl. We're going to yarn forward, bring the yarn to the front, slip that stitch, and then yarn over. Because we're going to knit the next stitch, really it's kind of just knitting with the yarn in front, and that brings the yarn over. So if you look at that, you can see our stitches have been slipped, and then the yarn goes over that stitch. 1, so I've got 1, 2, 3. Always yarn forward before the slip, and now across, and then we'll knit. So again, going across there. So I've got 1, 2, 3, yarn forward, slip, 1, 2. So that was row 2. Row 3 is kind of rinse and repeat, except for we're now on the other side, the right side. So we're going to be purling instead of knitting. So purl 2. Here's the stitch that we had slipped with the yarn over before. We're going to slip and yarn over again. Right now our yarn's already in front, so we don't need to move it to the front. So slip, yarn over, and then it has to come all the way back around in order to purl the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Again, the yarn's already in front, so slip, but then yarn over and then back to the front for 1, 2, 3. And slip our last one, yarn over, back to the front, purl 2. 1, 2. So row 4 is basically our last row of the repeat. The other 5 through 8 are the exact same rows, just offset a little bit. So now I'm going to knit 2, and this is where I resolve that yarn, the stitch that got slipped with its yarn overs. So I've got 2 yarn overs and 1 stitch. I just work them all together, knit them all together. Boom. 1, 2, 3 knits. And now I'm my brioche knit plus 2, which just means I've got my stitch and it's 2 yarn overs. I knit them all together like they're one. And I have a little extra stitch there. Let's go. Try that again. There we go. And then 1, 2, 3. Here's my last one. I knit the stitch plus its 2 yarn overs all together. That's doing the tuck. And then just 2 more. 1, 2. So I'm going to do the repeat one more time, but doing it continental style. Sorry, while I untangle myself a minute here. And my normal knitting is continental combined. So I eastern mount my purls and do a regular western mount for my knits. So now I'm on row 5 of my chart. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 purls, and then a knit. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a knit. Oops, that's not right. I'm only supposed to do 3. I make this mistake all the time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, knit. 1, 2, 3, knit. And now 1, 2, 3, 4 at the end. So if you were doing a larger swatch, there would be 4 purls at the end, and then in between it's knit, and then 3 purls, knit, 3 purls, knit, 3 purls, on and on. I tend to get myself in the habit of doing purl 4, knit 1, purl 4, knit 1, and then, which of course is wrong. Okay, so now I'm on my first slipping row, so I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's my stitch that I knit on the previous row. Now it looks like a purl. Yarn comes to the front. I slip it, and it goes over, and I knit. 1, 2, 3. Yarn forward, slip. 1, 2, 3, 4, because it's the end. Now I am on row 7. So it's kind of like I said, rinse and repeat, similar to the last row, except for we're on the right side, which is purling. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's my slip. My yarn's already in front. I slip it and I move it back to the front. So I've gone over, moved to the back, gone over. 1, 2, 3. The yarn is already in the front. I slip, I yarn over, I move it back to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, lost my tension. 4. Now we're at row 8, the resolution row. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Here is my yarn over with its, my stitch with its 2 yarn overs. They all get worked together. 1, 2, 3. Here's my next stitch with its 2 yarn overs. All get worked together. 1, 2. Now at the end, 3, 4. So that's 1 through 8 of my instructions. Starting to look like a little bit of something. Will look nicer when it's even bigger. Hopefully that helps you be able to swatch and get through this tiny tuck stitch, and we'll see you soon and look forward to seeing you in class. Bye bye.